Hi, welcome to Moon and Libra channel. It's Kerry here. It is the 30th of June today, and I've been guided to just have a bit of fun today and just have a play and do whatever I felt like doing, really. And I felt like doing a little reading. I've missed doing reading, so I thought I'd just do a card reading for July, since it's the 1st of July tomorrow. So I've got my cards out, the ones that I use every day. I thought I'd just use the ones that I'm really familiar with, except these ones are a new deck. Blessings from the Heart of the Rose by Sheila Murphy. I only got these a few days ago, so I've not seen all of these cards. But they're lovely, they're really lovely cards. I'll just show you what they look like. That's the image on the back of the cards, and then the images on the actual cards are really, really cool. I love them. And in the book you get a story with each card and a blessing, and obviously there's like a meaning behind each of the cards. And then I'm going to be using the Wild Offering Oracle, and these are lovely. I use these every day. They've got Ganesha on the back. So Ganesha is one of my guides, so I was quite happy to see that. And then these cards have just got a word and a little prayer on each one. So there's no book with these cards. They're very simple but really beautiful. Like the artwork on them is gorgeous. It's all watercolour paintings. So I'm going to be using this deck. And then the other two decks I'll be using is the Whispers of Lord Ganesha by Angela Hartfield, and the Metatron, Archangel Metatron Self Mastery Oracle deck by Amanda Ellis. So these are the cards that I use every day for my own personal reading. So I'm just going to pull a few cards from each deck and do a little reading for July. Sorry about my voice. I've got really bad hay fever at the moment. I'm using some of my essential oils on my top just to try to help clear my sinuses at the moment. I've got a few drops on my top, but it's not helping amazingly well at the moment. It's just quite bunged up. So sorry about my voice the way it is at the moment. But anyway, I'm going to get on with the reading now. So I'm just going to tune into Archangel Metatron. I'm going to actually have a spray. This is the Archangel Metatron Connection and Attunement Spray. I'm just going to call in the energy of Archangel Metatron to guide me through this reading. And we'll start with the Metatron cards. And I'm going to ask Archangel Metatron what energies are around for us in July 2021. July 2021. We're coming into the energy of number 7. Okay, the Cosmos. Cosmos mirrors you. And just as I see this image of the dodecahedron, my throat closed up. I don't know if you noticed me. Yeah. This is the dodecahedron, and it's the platonic solid that is connected with the throat chakra and the cosmos element. So this is about speaking your truth, about being authentic, and for me, clearing my throat chakra. I think there may be things that need to be said during this month. Remembering that you create your own reality, so the cosmos mirrors you, so what you create around you is what is given back to you. You reap what you sow, that sort of energy. Positive momentum as well, building up positive momentum to attract positive energy into your life. Okay, what else? Archangel Metatron. Dimensional gateway and invitation. My throat's still going. Okay, so Archangel Metatron is inviting us through a dimensional gateway. I'm wondering if there's a portal coming up in the next few weeks. I know 8/8 we have the Lionsgate portal, but is there a portal in July, a 7/7 portal? I don't know anything about. I know at the moment is it the Sirius portal? So the Earth is the closest position to the constellation Sirius at the moment. So that brings in a particular energy which I don't know a huge amount about. If anybody watches this does know anything about the Sirius portal, please comment on here with, you know, any information to do with that. I know that that is something that's going on at the moment and the energies that are around now. But I have asked for a reading for July, so I'm wondering if there's some sort of energetic portal or gateway that opens up in July around the 7/7 perhaps. That's something worth looking into, actually. I'll have a look on the internet in a minute. What else? Archangel Metatron. Review and reflect. Taking time to review and reflect with the full moon. Okay, I'm wondering if... I'm just going to do a little bit of research. I'm going to pause so I can go online for a second. Okay, so the Sirius Gateway, I think this is what Metatron is guiding us towards, with the Cosmo card, the Dimensional Gateway, and the Review and Reflect cards. This is Metatron's message about working with the Sirius Gateway. So I'm just going to read you an article that I found. The Sirius Gateway, July the 3rd to the 7th. Every year during the first week of July, a sacred gateway of energy is activated between Earth and the star Sirius, bringing heightened vibrations and spiritual advancements. This gateway of energy occurs as the Sun comes into conjunction with the star Sirius, which is located at 14 degrees of the tropical zodiac of Cancer. As the Sun and Sirius conjunct, which in 2021 happens from July 3rd to 7th, we are all able to access his high-frequency energy and use it for creative inspiration, entrepreneurial endeavours, technological innovations, and heightening our intuition. Sirius has long been revered by many ancient cultures and is considered our spiritual sun. Our sun is considered the lifeline of this planet. The sun holds the energy of birth, warmth, sustenance, and light. The sun is what keeps us alive and present in this earthly reality. Sirius, which shines 23 times brighter than our own sun, is our spiritual sun, and it helps to activate and shift us to higher levels of spiritual awareness. If the sun, our Earth orbits, warms our body, Sirius, way out in the depth of the galaxy, warms our soul. Even though the star Sirius is so far from our planet, it seems to have an important place in the stories of many ancient cultures from all over the world. In ancient Egypt, Sirius was considered to be the star of the goddess Isis, who rules over the cycles of death and rebirth, and Anubis, the jackal-headed god who was able to walk between the world of the living and the world of the dead. In ancient shamanic cultures, Sirius was believed to be a portal to the gods, and journeys taken through the Sirius Gateway were said to bring divine messages. It was also believed that Sirius was the portal to heaven, and was where our souls had to travel through in order to leave this realm and enter the next. It seems that for many ancient cultures, Sirius aligns with the idea of spiritual awakening and the inevitable cycles of transformation that occur as we make our way through this earthly journey and beyond. In modern astrology, Sirius also holds the vibration of freedom. Its energy can help us to release limitations and feel free to express our true selves. This energy of freedom can also act as inspiration, helping us to go there and turn our goals and dreams into reality. Sirius is also believed to be home to an alien race that possesses extremely advanced technological innovations and psychic abilities. While there are many starseeds that already feel connected to Sirius at the time of this gateway, it may become easier to receive messages from Sirian beings, or perhaps remember past or parallel lives from Sirius. All of this high frequency energy makes the first week of July a highly potent time on Earth where we can open and advance our spiritual awareness, receive messages from the divine, and find a new freedom within ourselves and our lives. It's also a time where we may find ourselves more open to connecting with high beings and honouring our own cycles of death and rebirth and how they have helped us to advance spiritually. In order to receive this powerful spiritual energy on your own life, the first week of July would be the perfect time to meditate, activate your third eye, and to reach out to your spirit guides, guardian angels, or higher self for guidance. It would also be the perfect time to do an aura cleanse and work on finding more freedom in your creative or entrepreneurial projects. If you work in technology, you may feel extra supported with any innovations you may be working on, or you may receive sudden bursts of inspiration. And then it's got more ways that you can work with the Sirius gateway. And the next gateway we have involving Sirius falls on the 8/8 and is called the Lion's Gate. This is another highly potent time of Sirius energy. Okay, I didn't know that the Lion's Gate was connected to the Sirius energy, and I've actually never heard of the Sirius energy until this year, and it's come to my attention a few times over the last few days. So again, it's come up in this reading. So yeah, Metatron's definitely given us a nudge to work with these energies that are going to be around in the early part of July, the Sirius Gateway. So I'll leave the Metatron cards there and I'll move on, I think, to the Wild Offering and see what comes up here. Okay, we've got the card of Health. Allow me, Divine, to be tender and accepting of my body, no matter what ailments I may have. May I always know it's doing the best that it can. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. So this is about self-love and self-acceptance, and accepting yourself unconditionally, and loving yourself unconditionally. And I think a lot of us have struggles with that, with accepting our bodies and loving our bodies in particular, just as they are. The next card is Body. Show me, Divine, how to love and fully care for this body. Please give me the radiant miracle of accepting my body as it is. So there's a definite message coming through these cards about self-acceptance, taking care of our bodies and loving our bodies just as they are. I mean, I've had weight problems for years and years, and accepting my body just as it is something that I do struggle with. But I'm trying to speak to my body, to myself, in a much kinder and loving way. My doctor also once said to me that, you know, I was asking for whatever the doctor could do to help me to lose weight, because I genuinely don't feel like I eat a huge amount in comparison to my children or my husband, certainly my children, and I don't understand why I am so overweight. And the doctor said to me, well, was your mum overweight? And I said, yeah, my mum struggled with her weight quite a lot. Was your nan overweight? Yeah, my nan was overweight, yeah. And he said, maybe it's just the way that you're built. Maybe it's just the way you are. And to have the doctor say that to you, you know, that there's really nothing that they can do about my weight. I would have to starve myself, I think, to actually get thin and get to my ideal weight, which is probably about half the weight that I am now. So it's about acceptance. Okay, one more card, please. Self-acceptance. Okay, so there's a definite message coming through these cards for us all for the month of July, working on our health. Help me be a loving ally and friend to this sacred form. Please give me the radiant miracle accepting my body as it is. And nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear Divine. So, you know, these cards are just saying, take care of yourself, eat well, enjoy your food. Don't beat yourself up if you've got a few extra pounds on you that you can't seem to shift. Accept your body just as it is. Maybe you're just built that way. It doesn't mean that you don't deserve as much love as the next person. Okay, we're going to go to Ganesha now and see what Ganesha has to say. Achievement. Oh, this is a card I've not seen before. We've got two female figures, one either side of Ganesha, and are they in a state of pure bliss? Look at his face in this picture. I love these Ganesha cards. I love the way that he's depicted in these cards. Achievement. I'm just going to draw two more cards from Ganesha. Whoop. We have concentration and steadfastness. So Ganesh is giving us a message to keep on track, keep at it. If there's things in your life that you want to achieve, you've got goals, keep at it. Concentrate, work hard, do the work that is needed, focus, work on being focused on what it is that you want to achieve. Steadfastness. Remaining balanced in your work, trying not to become overwhelmed, trying in looking at everything that needs to be done all at once, just taking it one step at a time and getting through things in a steady way. And just focusing on what needs to be done right now, trying to remain grounded through it all. I'm going to go to the book for Ganesha, because these cards often have a really lovely message in the book. The write-up to them is so lovely. So we'll go to achievement first, card 42. You are surrounded by abundance and prosperity, luxury and quality, prestige and sophistication, value and elegance. So I'm guessing that's what those two lovely ladies represent. Many stories relate that Ganesha has two wives, Siddhi, success, and Riddhi, prosperity. The symbolism of these two women indicates that if you walk on the path set by Ganesha, success and prosperity are guaranteed to always be by your side. The search for material success seldom brings with it achievement of spiritual goals. Ganesha wishes you to realise that by actively developing your spirituality and consciously working with the divine, you will experience positive flow on effects in all areas of your existence. When you stay connected to your spiritual nature, you have a more serene mind. Develop an accepting perception of yourself. It's about self-acceptance again. This attitude will help your heart open to spiritual matters. A high level of self-mastery, coupled with a high ethical practice, will increase the likelihood of enjoying material success. So it's about not focusing on how much money you're making. It's not focusing on valuing yourself and your self-worth in regards to how much money you're making. Okay, we're going to go to concentration next. Utilize the tools, resources and skills that are available to you. Ganesha will support you with inspired ways to solve problems. You can benefit from inventive forces if you maintain your power and work with awareness and focus. Act consciously with the understanding that applied effort will get you what you want. Know what you are doing and why you are doing it. That's really important, knowing why you're doing what you do. You need to be focused on a single objective or purpose at this time. You are asked to channel all of your energy, tools and wherewithal towards this one goal. Commit to the task and eliminate distractions that will take your attention away from what you are trying to realise. Take time to research other avenues and possible solutions. Keep a practical approach and work at a steady pace. Remain as objective as possible. Consider how you can better interact with people in your life. It is important to remember to treat others the way you would like to be treated. That card and this card, they're all really interconnected, aren't they? I've been thinking about changing my approach to getting my self-exploration course out there, because I'm charging a fair amount of money for it at the moment, and I've been considering the small. So my phone just started buzzing at me, and I'm going to have to splice two videos together now. So I'm just going to move on to the card 32, Steadfastness, and then I'll pull some cards from the Rose deck, and then I need to go and pick up my daughter from college. So card 32, Steadfastness. Do not waver back and forth or be moved by the circumstances that are surrounding you at this time. Be focused on your purpose and unwilling to be swayed by what other people think or by what you perceive. Ganesha heartens you by revealing that when you know your effort is not futile, you will be steadfast and immovable. This seems to be a major stumbling block in your life at this time. Perhaps your current job gives little recognition, with no real sense of accomplishment or success. You may feel unheard in your relationships, possibly the error lies in the fact that in your heart you really feel your struggle is hopeless. You may recognise it on an intellectual level, but you are easily shaken when you do not see the fruits of your exertion. Ganesha is pictured here riding the elephant to engage you in the energy of the elephant's spirit. Elephants can teach you that kindness, dedication and communication in relationships is very powerful. They remind you that it is necessary to keep relationships alive, trusting and loving, whether the relationship is with friends, family or partner, or I would add, with yourself and with spirit. If you're not giving any relationship the time and attention that it deserves, then it's not going to be rewarding. Deeply faithful to all creatures with which they have relationships, elephants are tough when protecting others and gentle when nurturing them. The matriarch, the oldest and most experienced female leader of a herd, leads in a way that is both gentle and inclusive. Elephants are able to communicate telepathically. When you draw this card, your ability to truly listen to others is enhanced. Do whatever is necessary to safeguard your resolve. It is a time to dig in, remain focused, and don't get caught up in trying to create a change. The energy in your job or relationship is ever changing. Ask Ganesha to bring you the strength to work through what is happening. Stay committed and on track. Do not give up, as change will show up soon and the situation will be transformed. Well, I needed to hear that. That's something that I've definitely been needing this week. And perhaps there was somebody else out there that needed to hear that too. Okay, so I'm just going to read these cards intuitively. I'm not going to go to the book for this one, so I'm going to choose 3 from the Rose deck and then wrap up this reading for July. Okay. We have Call. Crown of Fairy. Number 7. And Pearl. Okay. This is the card that I drew today. for me. It's the first card that I've drawn out of this deck for me, and it's come up again in this reading now. So this card is about doing what you're doing anyway, just getting on with what you're going to do, and if there are benefits that are going to be discovered from what you're doing, then they might not be apparent right now, but at some point in the future, what you're focusing on and what you're putting your energy into now, if it feels right for you, even if you don't know why you're doing it, just carry on doing it. Just keep doing it. If it feels good, then do it. And if there's a future reward to come from it, then there'll come a day in the future where this little pearl, this mouse here pushing this pearl around, he doesn't know why he's doing it. He gives it as an offering to God, and then the God sends the rains to clean the pearl, which has been covered in dirt and grime, and he didn't know what it was. It was just a dirty ball to the mouse, but he felt like there was something special in it, and he offered it up to God. God cleared it and gave him this beautiful pearl, which became like a beacon to him at night. So how gorgeous is that story? So sometimes we're doing stuff, sometimes we're working hard on things that just feel right and we don't know why we're doing it. Just keep on doing it. Do what you do what feels good. Okay, we've got the Crown of Fairy. Gorgeous card. We've got the rose energy here and a beautiful fairy who is kind of, she's standing on the rose. She's standing on the rose and she's wearing a beautiful translucent dress, see-through dress. So she's a really tender, delicate fairy. You know, she's delicate enough to sit upon the rose petals. And yet she's wearing this huge crown and she's sitting there in perfect poise. So although she's vulnerable, she's still strong at the same time. And then we have the card of Call. God, there's loads going on in this card. There's some lightning bolts reaching down into the earth where there's frogs sitting on rocks. This woman, I mean, it's a really feminine image there. Can you even see the woman in there? To me, it just looks like the female, just looks like a depiction of a vagina, basically. Quite a feathery vagina. Interesting vagina, but it definitely reminds me of a vagina. So it's a really feminine cards, these two. So perhaps this is about connecting to the divine feminine within us. But these lightning bolts in the card, they're causing a bit of a... Sorry, I'm just trying to read this card because there's some serious energy in this image. We've got energy coming up from above. Now we've got something that looks like it's quite a phallic symbol here, but it's very small in comparison to the feminine symbology. But it is important to keep the masculine energy in balance as well. Oh, I need to go to the book. I can't figure out what's going on in this card. There's some serious energy though with these lightning bolts coming down. They're causing like a crack in the earth, and you can see the energy pouring down through the crack into the earth here. It's like a fiery energy. So we've got masculine energy cutting through the earth. Huge feminine energy here. There is masculine energy being depicted here, but this is masculine energy coming down from the sky with the air, the fire energy cutting through the earth. I wonder if there's going to be some sort of divine masculine, like uprising, there's going to be some sort of massive shift. I'm not going to the book actually. I think that's what this card is depicting in July. We've had the return of the divine feminine. You know, the divine feminine energy has been rising up for a while the divine masculine has become a little bit, I don't know, what's the word? Ignored, perhaps? People are not really giving as much attention to the divine masculine because of the amount of toxic masculinity that has been rife on the planet. This has been necessary for the divine feminine to rise. But I think it's time for the divine masculine to go, well, wait a minute. You need us too. You need the divine masculine energy too. So I think there might be, I don't know, I think there might be something going on in July in terms of the divine masculine energy making an appearance. The frogs as well. And what do the frogs represent? To me, the frogs represent obviously an earth. It's a mixture of earth and water, so it's a very feminine energy with the frogs. But they're very sensual beings, actually, frogs. And they can be really poisonous as well, can't you? You could just touch a frog and it can be poisonous. I don't know, there's loads of stuff going on in that card. I'm just going to have a look at what it says in the book. The silver warrior is held in the mirror of shining knowledge. With her lightning sword, she transforms all restriction. Deep in the world of fairy, the earth receives and glows. Quietly resting in peace, the silver warrior hears the call. Detached from the lightning charge that flashes around her, catalyzing and energizing the space, she watches as the way is revealed. Now the trembling earth responds to the lightning sword and cracks open. Passion, which is fire, the masculine energy, flows deep into the womb of the earth, where stones heat desire and flame the opening channel. Cold-blooded creatures rest on the glowing rocks, ready for transformation. All is vibrating and calling for her cool touch of wisdom. She waits until silence is restored and the fear dissolves. Then, opening her heart, she steps out once more to heal and nourish. Now sunflowers spring into life, golden kisses for the earth to shine in the light and sway softly in the wind. Your timing is excellent. You have an instinct for catalysing the flow of action. Use it now. Behave in such a way as to restore your true territory, the place where you long to be. Seize the moment, strike with the right intention, act and deliver. In the end, everyone will be grateful. Keep steady. A great deal is happening in your immediate environment. You are held in love. Don't be afraid. The light will spark in you and the journey will begin again. So that's the message from the card. But I was picking up on divine masculine and divine energy coming through this card. So I wonder if there's going to be a focus on that within the next month or so, because this is a reading for July. So we've got the messages from Metatron to work with the Sirius portal, from the Wild Offering, take care of yourself, love yourself, self-acceptance is very important, from Ganesha to keep going on, keep on track, work steadily with focus to and remember why you're doing what you're doing, keep going. And from these cards, very similar message with the Pearl card. Sometimes you don't know why you're doing what you're doing. Sometimes you're just doing what you're doing because it feels right. And that's as valid a reason to do what you're doing as any. And then we have the divine feminine energy coming through and the divine masculine making its stand as well with these two cards. So they're the energies to watch out for in July. Perhaps with the Sirius and the Lion's Gate energy, the 8-8 energy, perhaps they're very masculine energies coming through. I don't know. So anyway, there's my reading for July. I need to go now. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. If you've watched this far, please like and subscribe and share, and check me out on Facebook, Moon in Libra. I've got a website that you can look at. I'm on Instagram. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you've watched me this far, much love to you. Bye.